Hello guys, it's Lo2019 here, and now we have some brand new spoilers for the episode 115 of Dragon Ball Super. Before this, we already knew a little bit of the name thanks to the leak of the episode's name, so that is where the discussion for Kafla began. So as we all know, I mean, that name wasn't such a big spoiler or anything. Or actually it was before we saw the preview. But now you know, so you shouldn't count this as a spoiler. But what I'm going to talk after this is going to be spoiler. So I'm going to give you time to leave, so if you don't want to be spoiled, you can leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I went up to 10 just because I wanted to give some people a little bit more time. So guys, before going into that, I want to thank Kenzaro for the translations and also Yanka Production for the Jump Magazine scan. I'm going to leave their links in the description down below, so you can check them out. And this episode, of course, is going to be episode 115 or 115 of Dragon Ball Super. And it's going to be pretty damn interesting. So let's just get into that. Episode 115. Goku vs. Kafla. Super Saiyan Blue is defeated? Okay, so it doesn't confirm. It is just like, yeah, Goku is going to struggle. That is what you get by just reading the name. Simply, that is what we get. Because they don't usually write that. It might be to confuse us, but let's go and read again. Caulifla and Kale fuse. Obviously, they are going to fuse in episode 114, and as I have said before, that fusion should be happening around the end of the episode, and it is going to be a cliffhanger for episode 115, which is going to be this, and it is going to air next week, of course. Goku is cornered. So basically, Goku is going to struggle. So let's read them. Kale and Caulifla fuse into Kafla. Since Goku is fighting on the defensive against the powered up Kafla, he turns into Super Saiyan Blue. So okay, before getting into this, I believe that Toei has really taken the criticism that the fans have given to that. And I'm talking more about the fans in Japan, of course, because I don't think we have that much influence there. But obviously in Japan, yeah, it was quite a big deal. Because remember, they actually leaked that Hit was going to lose. And since then we are barely getting anything. Yes, we can expand on these and try to theorize on them and actually just explain some stuff because we can, but I like this more, to be honest, because it still saves that mystery for the episode and it gets me a bit more hyped and lack of patience, of course. So let me just explain this. Goku is going to be fighting on the defensive against the powered up Kafla. So basically, Goku is still going to be on his Super Saiyan 2 form. So it is just that way because Goku is not going to use Super Saiyan 3. As we all know, Super Saiyan 3 is definitely not something that Goku wants to use anymore. Most of the time when you see it, it is just going to be to look cool and that's it. Yes, of course, Goku did that on the last episode just to show Kale and Caulifla how the transformation looks and what it is all about, to get them even more excited. And this, the powered up Kafla. So there are two things that could be. Kafla reaches SS3 and they don't want to give it away, or just Kafla is SS2 maybe, probably, and it's just super powerful because guys, as we know, Potara fusion is overpowered. There is no doubt about it, and it just makes sense for it to do problems to Goku. but the title says Super Saiyan Blue is defeated. Actually, it is more like a question: is Super Saiyan Blue defeated? Just to get us more teased. But let me explain that. Because don't jump still into conclusions before going into that. Just don't. Please, I beg you, don't. Okay, you didn't. So that, what I'm going to say is that Goku is still not healed. Just 2 minutes ago, in a show, Goku was facing Jiren. For us, it was 3 weeks, okay, 2 or 3 minutes ago. I'm not really sure about the time, but I think it was 2 minutes ago. I'm not really sure, but this is how the show works. So for us, it has been 3 weeks. 4, yeah, it's 3. But for Goku, it has been just 2 or 3 minutes. He is nowhere near healed enough to be fighting. And as you would expect, a fusion is going to be overpowered. If Goku was healed, then I could see this battle going maybe into tie or Goku having the upper hand. But as things stands, it's just normal to have Kafla, the fusion, have the upper hand on Goku. It's just normal. I would be far more concerned if Goku still was beating Kafla. Because as we know, like, let's just take an example of Goku and Vegeta versus Buu, who had absorbed Gohan. As SS2s or SS1 doesn't matter, they couldn't even touch him. The minute they fused, they became the strongest warrior in the whole Dragon Ball Z universe. So I'm not talking for the things that Dragon Ball Super has expanded. I'm talking for Z. Super Buu with Gohan absorbed had no chance whatsoever against Vegeta. Even though the gap in power between Goku and Vegeta alone, not fused, was nowhere near close enough to beat Super Buu. You even saw Goku freaking out when Buu absorbed Gohan. Goku knew that he has no chance whatsoever. He was starting to freak out. He was even thinking to fuse with Dende, Mr. Satan, or Hercule, however you call him. I call him Mr. Satan because that's his official name. Hercule? It is just a dub change. Yeah. But still, and I just took this as an example to explain to you guys how overpowered this fusion is. So, of course, Goku was going to be struggling, especially after being so damaged. Okay, yes, at the moment Goku is toying with Kale and Caulifla. Goku can beat them anytime he wants, even on this state. That was made clear from the last episode. I'm going to have a video coming soon explaining why is that. So make sure to check that out. But for now, let me just continue. As for episode 114, I want to talk about it again. Is that my prediction is that it is not going to be fully focused on Goku versus Kale and Caulifla. So we are going to see different shots from some other universes fighting against each other, and maybe we'll find out what happened to Vegeta and Toppo. Because, as I said, that match is not something that is going to have a conclusion right now, because it is going to be focused on this, Kafla. So episode 113 was fully for Goku versus Kale and Caulifla. It was more like Goku being a master to them, teaching them stuff and teaching them on his own way. Episode 114 could be continuing the same up until Kale and Caulifla both become desperate. So that is when I think that the fusion is going to happen around the end of the episode and Kafla will show up. That is where the episode should end, and episode 115 is going to be the beginning of Goku versus Kafla. Not Kale and Caulifla. Kafla. I'm sorry guys for this. But still, yeah. So just the fact that they are mentioning Kale and Caulifla fuse into Kafla here, and they are not saying after fusing, just pretty much gives it for me that Goku is not fighting Kefla on the next episode. It is going to happen in episode 115. And I hope I cleared up about Goku going on Super Saiyan Blue and it not being able to beat. We don't know for sure, I'm saying once again, but it might just as well happen. And as for Goku, what I believe is that the fight against this fusion character is actually going to trigger the Ultra Instinct inside him. Again, I don't think he will be able to hold on it. Okay guys, this is just my idea. So it's headcanon basically. I believe that fighting against Kefla, Goku is going to tap again into his Ultra Instinct form. That might happen and Goku will just get an idea of what it is. He's still not going to be able to maintain it, but Goku will realize how to do it. This is what I think is going to happen because it was kinda teased with Whis saying that Goku is trying to sharpen his senses. So I guess that leads somewhere, and it might be just this, or maybe he will just trigger it fighting Jiren. But I personally don't think that Jiren will even go into a battle against Goku, or Goku will go into a battle against Jiren without having Ultra Instinct already within him. He knows what that is, and that's all. And now Goku is going to try to learn to tap into that. And Kefla will just be a way to trigger it. Basically, this is what I think. And then we might see the climax battle of Goku against Jiren. So here is it. Here is how I see it. Here is how Toei might be able to do it. Goku triggers it against Kefla. He learns what it is. Whatever happens in their fight, I don't know about it, but both parties are not going to be trying to throw each other out of the ring. This is just my idea, but that's how I feel. Because Saiyans have that connection with each other, as we saw with Vegeta and Kale. It was just something to clear things up. So, what I believe is that the fight between Kafla and Goku is going to be somehow interrupted, or we are going to see one winner. Somehow, but I don't think any of them are going to be thrown out of the ring. That's just an idea. Goku will have the UI or Ultra Instinct unlocked now, but his body still couldn't endure the form. Just like what happened with Jiren. And Goku will actually go to rest. But this time, other universes will be scared to go against him. Just like it is the case with Jiren. If someone goes against him, Goku will just throw them away because it's time to focus on Ultra Instinct and beating Jiren. Let the others for his teammates. This is how I could see, and then later on we might get the big climax of Goku against Jiren. So this is just my prediction, this is how I see it, and let me know what do you guys think. This was it for this video guys, I hope you enjoyed it, so make sure to smash that like button, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel with notifications enabled for more content. Have a great time.